start stream. Then we come over here and watch it kick on. Now we just have to think of what we're going to do.
So now we're live.
Mm-hmm.
And we can pause. How do you pause it? Like you said, DVR.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. Well, we are still trying to figure out how to use these tools.
Well,
How's that?
make a pin.
Mm-hmm. Is that good?
Yeah, hold on. Go up.
Welcome and thank you for your patience.
Your patience.
Oh yeah, you.
Well, we learned to live stream effectively. I think.
Which one? This?
Huh? Yeah. Good. Is that how you spell effectively? Yeah. I think that's how you spelled it.
Mm-hmm. All right, what else we need to do? We still haven't found that would post pin. And is this you or is there someone else?
Did you pin the thing?
Did you come in?
That's me.
So someone else had come in.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I posted that and pinned it. Now how? Moderation. All right, this might be like general. Participants. Moderation activity.
And one and
Oh, I see. If you turn that off, then it doesn't show, I guess, what you're doing. timestamps, reactions, pop outs. Yeah, I don't see where to mm, mm, mm. Now if I come over here, watch this. Osmo camera. All right, see there's the video. How far is that back?
Join again.
Mm.
Oh.
Oh, okay, very cool. So I turned that off. Oh, and there it goes. So that's caught up. So you're saying you just signed in and now it's up.
So yeah, I just re-signed in and now it catches up.
And I think that what I was going to do is come over here and then go over there. All right, so this is what it would be for anyone else. And it says, all right, so 1, 3. So I have my description. Live chat panel. All right. So yeah, for now, this is going to be as I guess what we're going to have until we can get an extra camera. We need to get another camera.
So we can collaborate.
So I can do 2 cameras. into the computer. Yeah,
Like put a webcam
have
here,
2 cameras.
like this one here you can talk to, and then put this one in the back.
Something like that. Yeah,
Or you mean just 2 angles?
exactly. Okay. Um, so that is this camera. What's connected? All right, so the red light does not come on. All right. All right, so it's in the webcam mode. It does not turn red. Check these out. See, they're still wet, but now you can start to crumble them.
Yeah. Almost like a good mortar and pestle moment.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if you put this in a cup and then shake it around, if it would still. I don't have anything. So yeah, this will be, we'll just continue to break this down.
Okay. Nice.
And then
Make some EPK.
try it out.
Make some wads. But we have to break it down in order to really dry it out.
Mm-hmm.
I could get a flat thing and kind of pound it a little bit, but that
You
would
don't want to
create a
do
lot of
that.
dust.
You don't want to do that in the plaster. You could take it out in
That because it'll make dust.
I don't think at this point, but there's too much moisture in it.
I could put it in a bag, a glaze bag, and crumble it inside.
I'm just playing right now. I'm not trying to break it down. I'm just, this is so fun.
Plenty to play with.
It's so tactile. And it crumbles so easily. Seems just a little more brittle than like sidewalk chalk.
Yeah, sidewalk chalk doesn't always crumble super easy, but it is pretty crumbly. Good reference.
All right, so that is.
It's funny because it looks like gravel. So on one hand, you expect it to be stone, and then all of a sudden it crumbles unexpectedly.
All right, so I think what I'm going to do is take this one out and put it back in here. Because I feel like it is good enough to continue drying in a bucket.
Hold the plaster or anything.
Mm-mm. All right, this one is going to do much different because remember that one was like real rigid. This one seems to have
More fluff.
a lot more plasticity.
Hmm.
So it seems to act more like a ball clay, which is odd because it may not be. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. The ball clay is what makes things kind of that silky mud to be silky smooth, and the alumina is what was creating the rigidity of.
No, we're just gonna put it right back in. Right?
Yeah, we're just gonna let that soak up.
So this has less aluminum. All kinds of things.
Yeah, this has a lot of the glaze material. I just didn't think there'd be enough glaze in this to make it, um, this.
What? Oh,
I don't know.
sludgy. This consistency. Listen to how it sounds. It's so sludgy. Sounds like the swamp. Like that is pluff mud right there. Marsh mud. So is this gonna kind of have the same fate as the other bucket? Like it's gonna get dried out and put into wads as well?
Yeah, I mean, the goal is to test it. So this is all new, trying to reclaim it. The wadding material is 50% alumina, and for the longest time, 50% EPK. But recently, I saw someone putting in, um, they were splitting the EPK with a calcined EPK. So I tried that. So, anyways, between those, and all a calcined EPK is just pre-fired um, EPK. So, so this bucket that we just made, this is just that recipe without anything else, um, made into wads and fired. So now that we're grinding it up, it's, I think, it would essentially be 50% alumina, 50% calcined EPK, because the 25% of raw EPK has now been fired. So now it's been converted to calcined EPK. So I'm thinking that this right here is 50% alumina, 50% calcined EPK. So now what I need to do is figure out how to, just need to figure out how much I need to make and then add alumina and EPK to get back to the recipe that I need.
The other bucket didn't have as much calcined because not all of those were fired.
This one.
The other bucket.
This one.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
What do you? This
yeah,
one.
This one didn't have as many that had already been fired. Or you're saying really they should just be the same. This one just has a little bit more glaze in it.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, this one is, we tried to get the cleanest ones that had already been fired without glaze. This was picked through, and then this was everything else. So this is going to have the highest amount of glaze. This will be next, and then this one.
So we'll make wads out of both, and then see what the effect of having a lot of glaze is in the wad.
Right. I mean, I think what I'm thinking is it's just going to lower the melting point, which is very critical if you're using it to make a wad, because it's holding up weight. It's holding up a piece. So if having glaze or silica molecules in between all of the clay and alumina, if that loosens it, then the stilt could fail or stick to the piece.
Wow, that makes sense, especially if you hit it with a cone 12.
You really did scratch your eye.
Oh, did I?
Look this way. Have you seen it yet?
No, I haven't looked.
Yeah, you should go. You should check that out.
All right. I'll be back.
All right. All right. Yes, Lila looks like she had a scratch on her eye. I had mentioned it earlier. She still hadn't looked at it. Looks like her eye's bleeding. Lila's bleed. Her eyes are bleeding. Tis but a scratch. All right. So that is a project today. Also, let me move these out of the way. We'll continue to work through these. Again, my goal right now is to try to get another camera. If I can get another camera, then my hope, I should, so if I can get another camera, my hope is to be able to use one for context and then to have another one on a work table or whatever project we're working on at the moment. So goals and plans. We appreciate everyone who comes and wants to join in this. We had a comment. Someone was showing off one of my cups, and it was really appreciative to see that, and then it just made me think of how many people have contributed to the production of this cup, like this one piece, that have supported me in making that, and that was pretty humbling. And then to be able to exist doing what I love and having the freedom to work through that, it's really amazing. All right, I'm going to pull these pieces back inside. I'm going to just get this piece. And let's connect it back on. And then maybe we'll load these up into the electric kiln. All right, let me grab it real quick. This piece is going to be the wall hanger. Oh no, it is completely dried out. What did we do? We were not paying attention. It is completely dried out. We left it out in the sun and just totally forgot about it. When you attach two pieces of clay, you need to make sure that they're close enough to the same hydration level that they don't shrink against each other and then crack away. So this is when things get tricky because you're trying to do something that it's maybe not made to do. Let's see. Let's see if it'll score. No. All right. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and move these into the kiln. These are all the wads that we have made. These are all the stilts that we had made for this next firing. I'm going to go ahead and load them into the bisque kiln and get them firing. All of the other pieces that we had brought outside there, they are uh, now dried out. The sun will dry any clay out so quickly. Uh, Sometimes it's good. Most of the time it's not. Hey, babe, how you doing? How's it?
I asked Brock, please pardon
Bless you.
me. Excuse me. Sorry. Um, what are you doing?
How's your eye?
Oh, Brock said I probably rubbed it wrong. If it doesn't, not to worry unless go away in 2 weeks.
2
Which
weeks.
makes sense because I did rub my eye a lot today. Because I think that my eye is really itchy. My eye's not normally itchy like this. But yeah, Brock said, don't worry. You probably just rubbed it weird.
Yeah, it didn't look bad. It didn't look that bad.
It's still itchy. So maybe I should go use don't hardly ever use eye drops, but
All right, I'm gonna let that set up.
you create your own mouth for it.
Mm. All right, I'm gonna load the wads into the kiln. Those are done for a little while, and I want to get that kiln started tonight.
Misfire the watts?
Yeah, to bisfire the stilts. And so that means I'm going to let this set up just a little longer and then sculpt it down, and it'll be the last thing that I put in. And then we'll just cross our fingers. If it doesn't work, then we'll figure out something else to do with it. So yeah, getting that kiln fired will free us up to finish gluing all the wads, and then we can start getting these glazes mixed down for glazing. So that'll be exciting. What's up, everybody? This is the cup I've been showing off this week. What do you think of that green? It is a really wild, it's not even a lime green, it's, I don't know what kind of green it is. It does have some blue in it. But anyway, that's one I've been showing off. That one and the inside of this one. Look at the inside. Really loving that glaze.
I think what I'm gonna do while you're loading the kiln, unless I can be helpful with that, is make the Walmart. Well, just order that piece. Try to find it and order it.
Oh, the bag sleeve? Yeah. Um, I'm gonna wash this out.
remember where you sent me the link to that gadget?
Walmart.
That-
Don't remember. Hello, welcome in. My name's Kevin. I'm a potter. I make ceramic cups and sculptures and whatever. I think my goal and my mission, or at least what I see through my art, is the uniqueness and variety that you can get from altering just a few simple processes. There's a few steps that every piece goes through, and if you change those steps and you create variety within each one, then the more steps you have, the exponentially diverse the outcome becomes. And so when it comes to creating these cups and uh, the form, the foot, the glaze, the color, the firing, you create variety in each of these steps, and you start creating these different uh, you know personalities through tone and form, the accents. This cup is porcelain, was made out of porcelain or a stoneware, and this one here is a higher iron, like a ball clay. They could potentially, they don't, but they could potentially have the same glaze on the cup, and this one will be darker and more muted and more earthy because the red iron in the clay gets pulled out into the glaze during the fire. This one, being white, doesn't have the iron, and therefore it's treated more like a white canvas. And then the glaze and the transparency and the translucency of the glaze, all of a sudden has this depth to it. And so just changing the clay body alone from a white clay to a red bodied clay, tan, buff stone, earthenware, just that one change will drastically affect the way the glaze looks. And so that's what I love. I love creating the diversity, setting it up, and staging the the pieces to create their own sense of identity. Let me pull a pan out, and you can see across the board. Let's go with this pan. This is how I keep track of my glazes. As you can see here, I number each one, and whenever I'm formulating the outcome, I'll do it all on paper first. And so I'll go through with these charts. This right here would be 1/2, and then 2 pans off of this shelf would be the full sheet. And then what I'll do is I'll glaze in quadrants where I'll call it north, east, south, west, and then I'll mark the glazes that I want um, running down that row. And then when I lay my cups out, they'll fall into these grids. And then when I glaze, the glaze is very systematic, so that you can see here where you have all of these this lavender row. So it gives you the ability to see the strength of a glaze and which glazes become, uh, you know, prevalent or washed out, or you find that good blend. But here you can see a strong lavender. Here's like a warmer neutral tone. I have a few glazes that could produce this, but this red here gives it away. And but then each of these you can see the quality across the board. And then whenever you do the secondary glazes or the accent glazes this way, then you start looking at what kind of quality the glaze is receiving. You know, this may all have lavender, but then you can start saying, well, this has a lavender and it looks very washed out in the middle, which gives it this real, like a softening effect. And then there's a lot more crystals at the base, these lavender crystals. So that's going to give something away. And then this one, you can see how you have a lot more of the dispersion up top. So whatever was here, whatever glaze was on this one, I think potentially was had a little bit lower of a melt point, which pulled the lavender glaze off, where this one it stayed in suspension a little longer. So those sorts of things you can analyze after the firing, and then I'll go through and I'll mark the sheet up and try to determine which cups really worked out. You know what 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 looks good, what doesn't. These are pre-cleanups, so they're potentially hazardous until they're polished up. This cup has about four different glazes. The primary and secondary can usually be identified, and then trying to find what trick or accent is pulling it. These all have to be cleaned up. The tumbler that we were using earlier, these are the wads from the tumbler. And so this will be removed. And I usually, if I can, I will use a tool to remove these very carefully. And that way the foot doesn't chip off like one of these. I'll have to glue those on later. But I'll cut this off and try to reuse it. And then if I can't, I'm going to try to reclaim them. But these are the stilts. All of these still have to be cleaned up and polished. All of these little drips that run down, that's where these are at. Right now, these will be cleaned and then photographed and then analyzed. All right. I think we might, I gotta think about what is the next step here? I'm happy with the video quality. I've tested the audio enough to know that I guess it works. It could sound better, and if you have ideas or critiques, feel free to let me know. Um, I'm trying to figure out how to share what I do, and so a lot of that comes down with how you all would like to receive that information. Um, my thought process is to have the two cameras, one from which I can set up as like a context shot, so you see the studio, what's happening in here, but then have a secondary camera put up close to the work table or the potter's wheel, and whenever I'm working, and that way, you could have a detailed shot, like a detailed camera of this. If I put this under another camera, then it would have a secondary shot. So that's what I'm trying to think through is how to do that, but then also how to keep viewers aware of where we're at in the process. So as I'm working, I'm throwing, trimming, glazing, loading a kiln, doing something outside. Um, I need to figure out a way to uh, to keep those tasks prioritized effectively for you all. Haven't figured that out yet. I have a board. I was thinking I could write something on it and just have like a handwritten board, make it make it really, really, you know, archaic. Probably can't read my handwriting. That, or I could maybe do like a pop-up screen. If I'm going to use OBS, then we can maybe do like a pop-up screen, and maybe it just pops up every now and again and says what we're working on this day and where we are in the process of of hitting our goals to receive our benefits. And right now, our benefit, or the benefit we're looking for, is to get this kiln fired, and to do it live, to bring it up to the place of sharing that journey live. And so, step one was going live, and here we are. And so we're just settling into this. We're trying to learn how to convey um, the thoughts and process and what's going on while it's happening without feeling like a ramble, and also without um, you know being able to hold a story. So all of these need to be learned. Proper speaking habits need to be learned, and we're just going to try to do it one day at a time. But as of today, we are near committed to go live here from the studio every day, and every time we work out here, to open that virtual door and be present. And that way, if you have questions, interest, um, then you can easily just come on by and check it out. So these are our thoughts, and we're trying to just figure out what tasks are needed to help us move forward. For instance, one of the struggles that I have right now is that with one camera and then being tied to the computer, how do I work in the other room? If I needed to go load the kiln, then I would have to figure out how to move this whole setup. That is not the most effective uh, the most effective way. And so these are the things that we're thinking through: how to share that story in a palatable way. What? 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 What are your thoughts, Leela?
I think my thoughts are this is good. It's like golden hour. Okay.
Throw some frisbees.
Finish here.
You let me off work. You saying I can close early? It's 5 o'clock. And close up shop.
Good.
Let's discuss what we have to do tomorrow. If I load this kiln tonight and turn it on, I could pull all these glazes out and go ahead and get them mixed up. That's what we could do tomorrow.
We also have our list of things to do tonight, like order this thing and pay the rent and change the filter and email sharing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we need to get reach back out.
In order to make the you have to boil it first. Yeah. You boil it for 30 minutes first. Then you air fry it. So I guess what I'm saying is that dinner is going to take an hour to start making.
Cool.
You want to
Um,
what would you like to do?
I don't know. I don't know how to I don't know how to get the camera to move with the story.
So people can see better.
Yeah. I think we need to go buy another camera. Or at least we need to find another camera that can stream
Well, what if we
and then
streamed?
try it.
What if we streamed from your phone?
I can't. I just I was saying that that's what I tested today is that you can't. You mean like to have two cameras together, or you just mean like have two separate streams?
I'm just saying the phone might make you
Um,
move the phone where you're at.
the 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 phone moves around easier, but it doesn't allow the audio mic to go off of the phone, which I still think it's got to be some glitch or a malfunction because people stream all the time with their phones and they use earbuds. But my earbuds, I cannot get them to uh, to to stream.
Your earbuds on.
Um, I think that'd be too complicated to explain.
Oh.
I'm just saying the phone is mobile, but it doesn't have
Audio.
good audio. The camera
But if the
has
phone,
good audio, but it's not mobile.
but if the phone is following you around, then the phone should have audio.
It doesn't have good
It's
audio.
moving.
Hmm. Yeah, the phone does not have good audio. So we could go find a camera. We could go buy that streaming GoPro that we found that was used.
Is your good for the full stream? I feel like we've already been through this.
All right. I'm going to look up a secondary.
So this is going to replace the DJI, or it's a mobile camera.
Um,
So we're going to put it on a tripod and we're
I don't know what I'm going to do.
because it can.
I don't have the answer. I don't know what. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do this.
Oh, shall we load the kiln? After frisbee. The daylight is leaving.
Mm-hmm. Let's go throw frisbees. All right. See y'all later. We're just going to keep pushing forward. We will be back tomorrow, and we're just going to keep problem solving. If you have questions, please let us know if you have thoughts or insights. Right now, we're trying to figure out how to bring the story around the studio so that you can be more engaged or be able to see what's happening. All right. Until then, see y'all tomorrow. Take care.